that the organization continues to thrive, does well, and that's a value statement that the head of the family will be. You too are the heads of your families. It's almost like you have grandparents and you have parents and you have children who have their own family, there are families and there are sub-families. And you are the leaders of your family. And that's how you got to behave if you want to call yourself a leader. I can narrate another interesting story. This is about Raja Bhoj. Raja Bhoj's kingdom that was actually in Ujjain, and it used to be a very powerful kingdom. The local king there, he was basically passing through some place and he saw that there is another monk and there is a boy who is sitting there dispensing justice. And the judgments that he was giving were extremely wise, very articulate, and he was kind of surprised. He said, how can a boy of about 11 or 12 years, looking a rustic boy, is able to dispense justice in such a fantastic manner? So he said, let me stay back in this village and watch it for the whole proceeding. And after the judgment session was over, the boy got down and he again started his business of grazing the cows or buffaloes that he had and started behaving like a normal child, a village child. So the king got a bit curious and he said, okay, let me wait and see exactly how it happens tomorrow. And next day again the same thing was repeated. And it went on for 3 or 4 days. And after that, he told his minister, he said, there is something very, very interesting hidden inside this pond. And I would like you to take it out and take out whatever is there. Because it is so interesting, when the boy goes and sits on the pond, he suddenly becomes a very wise person. And when he gets down, then he is again a pumpkin, country pumpkin. So the pond was dug and they found that there is a throne of King Vikramaditya, who was supposed to be a very judicious, just and fair. The king had small idols embedded in the back seat. 25 of them. And these were small idols of the nymphs, the girls, who are heavenly persons. So the king said, okay, find out an auspicious time, and the Purohit was called in, and the throne was taken out. And then it was decided that the king is going to alight the throne. The king said that if I sit on this throne, then I am going to be the most famous king of the time, and I will be the most judicious one. As soon as he stepped towards the throne, the first idol became alive and said that, King, sit on this throne only when you are as judicious as King Vikramaditya. If you are not, you have no right to sit on this throne. The king said, okay, how do I decide that I am as judicious as King Vikramaditya? He said, there is a case which King Vikramaditya solved, and I am going to narrate the case, and I would like a judgment coming from him. If that judgment was as good as his, then we are all there. This throne is yours. The case was narrated. The king could give a judicious judgment, and that idol, it got disengaged from the throne. It flew away to heaven. The second day, the king came back again. The same story was repeated. The third day, the same story. It went on for 24 days. And every day the king would come and he would go. On the 25th day, the idol said that, look here, I am going to give you the easiest of the judgments. If you do it today, everything will come back again and throne is going to be yours. If not, forget it. Then we take away the throne. The same thing happened. The king couldn't respond. And at last night, along with the throne, it flew up to heaven. The moral of the story is, you have taken a mantle upon yourself. As the person who is going to manage the projects, you are the king. Make a judicious judgment in your own heart. Are you worthy of sitting on that throne? Nobody else can do it. Willing to delegate, but be ready to check actions taken by his colleagues. You will delegate, and delegation is the best way to run any business. But after delegation, you should be checking what exactly is happening. Not to snoop around, not to spy on them. Just to make sure. It's almost like your young son. He tries to learn how to ride a bike. You follow him so that he shouldn't fall down. You don't interfere into his riding the bike. But you still are keeping him under the surveillance. Ready to resort to do mid-course corrections. Things cannot repeat, cannot go as per your plans. You plan out things, you reach the site, you realize that there are certain exigencies which demand that you should change the course of action. You should be flexible enough to resort to mid-course corrections and willing to reward and punish. And reward does not mean always giving out the money or giving out the facilities. A simple pat on the back, a word of praise, is the reward which is good. And similarly, punishment does not mean that you are going to cane somebody. Be decided by you, but you should be in a position to dispense of both. Willing to teach and demonstrate. You have to be a teacher also. A leader has to be a teacher. And teaching does not mean empty teaching. You should be able to demonstrate it also. Willing to learn the strengths and weaknesses in his colleagues. Nobody is all virtuous. Nobody is full of qualities. There may be 500 people working at your site, 1,000 people working at your site. Each one of them has certain very positive features. Use them wherever you find that they are best used. Willing to keep his eyes and ears open. Willing to never say die. You may fail once, you may fail twice, you may fail 20 times, but never say die. Chandragupta Maurya, when he established his empire, there was only one tenet that he had. And that was the confidence of his teacher in him. It was his teacher, Chanakya, who said that I am confident that you are going to be the emperor one day. And the best emperor I am going to make out of you. And he had implicit faith. Never doubted. But as far as the strategies were concerned, they were lopsided. So Chandragupta used to collect the armies and attack Mahananda of Kotak. And he always tried to attack the capital and get defeated and come back. So on one of the expeditions when he had just lost, both of them, the Guru and Shishya, they were going around and passing through a village, and there was this old lady who was feeding her grandson hot khichdi. And the fellow was not able to eat because it was too hot. And the lady was chiding the boy, saying that you are behaving like Chandragupta and Chanakya. Why are you hitting the middle of khichdi, which is the hottest place? Why do you not start eating from the sides, so that you reach in the center after some time? The whole thing will cool off and you will be able to eat that. Well, the moment the Guru and Shishya understood that, after that winning Magar was just never say that. Willing to keep his eyes and ears open all 24 hours a day. You cannot afford to sleep. If you call yourself a leader, you cannot afford to sleep. You are head of your family. I am talking of biological family. You have your home. Do you really sleep or get into a slumber when you are not in a position to even find out if a thief has entered your house? Never ever. You lock everything, you make all security arrangements. It's only then that you sleep peacefully. With your family, all 600 people there, if a fellow imports some hooch inside the camp and gets into a problem, it's not his problem, it's your problem. If somebody steals something from your side, it's not his problem, it is your problem. If somebody gets into a fracas with somebody, it's your problem. Keep your eyes and ears open. What's that? And last but not the least, willing to laugh at yourself. If you cannot make fun of yourself, if you cannot tolerate that your colleagues will come and make fun of you, I don't think you are a leader. A leader is like a father, a leader is like a mother, who can be ridiculed also for the idiosyncrasies they may have. We all have our parents who sometimes act funny. They act funny, we still are our parents. We love them, we chide them.
Hello.
Now I'm going to tell you how not to become leaders. I've told you what are the essential ingredients. Now I tell you, these are the things you do, and believe you me, you will never be a leader. Number one, never interact with your colleagues. You can never be a leader. Please the boss by denigrating your colleagues. Anything that goes wrong, please the boss by denigrating your colleagues. Many of us, we have this habit. If something goes fine, well sir, you know me, I did that. If something goes haywire, come on sir, why have you given me such rotten people, you know? Then who's the leader? You are not the leader, your boss is the leader. For all failures, blame your colleagues. There is something in Mahabharata, what we call a Shalya syndrome. Shalya happened to be the maternal uncle of Pandavas, and he fought on behalf of Kauravas, made the commander-in-chief. And Duryodhan, every day before the battle begins, he will go and start, doubting his integrity, telling him what exactly he was doing wrong, why was he doing it wrong, was he connected with his nephews, was he trying to make sure that, we lose the war and the other fellows win it because they are your nephews and things like that. This is what we call a Shalya syndrome. Blame your colleagues, you can never be a leader. And abandon your colleagues during any crisis. Go to the next one. Use foul words while talking to your colleagues.
Make it sure that you abuse them always. You can never be a leader. Keep pointing the mistakes of your colleague, but never tell them how to do things correctly. Never educate yourself about the culture, local practices, norms, mores and taboos of communities from where your people come from. You are one of the largest construction companies in the country. I still have to really work out according to the numbers where exactly you stand, but I can tell you that I am absolutely certain that you fall within first 20 to 25 companies in the country. Not only because of the volume of work that you are doing, because of the culture, because of the relationship